Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? It's your boys here and welcome back to our newest Pokemon Litheo Tournament Monocolor. This is gonna be round 3 against our buddy Raymond from Russia. You know, I battled Raymond a couple of times now and he is an exceptional player. I'm going in here fully prepared. I know that he's gonna be bringing in the force. You know, the force is always with him, and he's Russians, you know, you gotta have the force when you are living under snow, basically. I actually heard that you got like 30 degrees, which is insane. I would assume it would have been minus 30 degrees, but no. So, what do I know about Russia? All I know that you people are always naked at our country when there's like 0 degrees. So, that's all I know, basically. And that the girls are hot. That's also a factor I know. But then, all else doesn't matter, so let's go right to the battle, shall we? Yes. Anyways, my Russian buddy is gonna lead with Heatran. I'm gonna lead with Azura, my Azumarill. Of course, I was expecting him to lead with Heatran. Basically, expect me to lead with the Mega Metagross, and he's just gonna fire up Flash Cannon. Man, this guy knows that I will probably go for the Belly Drum, and if I got Citrus, I may just actually sweep. But then again, he does have Alakazam with Focus Sash, probably, and but at the same time, he doesn't want to allow me to get that Belly Drum off. You know, that easily, so it does make the smarter play. But then again, I'm not a player to be playing that way, you know, especially against a friend. I'm not gonna be you know, making risky moves like that, which I did. But Belly Drum, I guess, yeah, would have been even more horrible because I would have been standing at basically bare survival of HP. I switch out to Tentacruel afterwards and then switch out to Hydreigon to avoid the Earth Power, of course. With a minus special defense, the tempt was definitely there, so that minus special defense could have actually played into my favor. That little bit of hacks that was put onto me could have actually mattered in making him actually stay in instead of switching out. So that was pretty great. He managed to get another special defense, which is incredible. I'm starting to believe that Flash Cannon has got like 30% now. Is it 10? Because if it's 10, then you're very, very lucky. Then again, it could be 20. I don't know. I barely use this move. So basically, I switch out to Kingdra after putting up the Rain, which was my main intent, because once Rain is up, something on his team will get slaughtered. There is no question about it. To make stuff worse, I will put up the Focus Energy. Now, he did switch out to Mandibus, which would have been consumed by Hydro Pump, but I got Mix Set on this, just in case I face a Mono Pink. And you guys know Mono Pink is definitely not the most favorable color to many when it comes down to monotypes in Pokemons, because Mono Pink are bulky stuff, and I want to have you know, moves for bulky Pokemon like Chansey and so forth. So basically, I do manage to crit because Focus Energy and Skull Plants will make it a 3 out of 3 chance to crit, which means it will crit all the time. It's a 100% chance that it will crit, and this waterfall is no exception, as we will crit it under Rain. That is some strength right there, ladies and gentlemen. We managed to handle it. Heatran is out of the picture. That is his Steel type gone. That is great. I'm gonna go for the waterfall again because I can outspeed this Alakazam. I'm actually on bulky set, but I got 5 points to outspeed Mega Lopunny, and I want you guys to remember this because it's actually very important. Alakazam does run the Focus Sash, which I was kind of expecting the way he brought it in, knowing that I do have the Swift Swim, of course, but at the same time, I could have had Sniper, but then I would have been losing on speed, and that is something that this game is tend to be the most favorable. You know, when you got strength, you need speed, or else stuff will take you out. While Kingdra does possess some good defense, it's not incredible defense, so I can definitely take a move, but definitely not two. So Dragonite comes in, and now I'm pretty sure that the tempt of Extreme Speed is there, especially if it's Choice Bandit set. Then again, it could be a DD set, and he could go for the DD right here, which would be terrible, but he's not in a position because Draco again will crit him, which means it will completely, you know, completely not care about the -2 there that I gotten before, and it may actually just one-shot him. So basically, he didn't want to play that game. He played it safe with Extreme Speed. I'm gonna pull up the Reflect right now, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm running max speed. I'm gonna manage to outspeed him even after Mega Evolving. I believe I would assume this is Adamant Nature, which again, I'm not surprised because it is Raymond, and Raymond is a very offensive guy. So he's gonna go for the DD right here just to see how much damage it will do. Does a lot of damage. I'm not gonna lie, that does a lot, but I'm not invested into, you know, basically into my HP. So this I would, you know, I could have considered it as a stab Earthquake. So while it does a lot, it's still a solid to hit, and that's all that he needs. I stay in because I cannot allow him to get another DD for free, and he does go for it. Maybe hope I'm gonna Zen hit, but again he will survive, because with +2, even with the reflect, maybe my Azumarill will be taken down. Extreme speed does go beyond before Aqua Jet, because the +2 plus it is priority, so it's based on both of the Pokemon's speed. At the end of the day, extreme speed is one of the fastest priority offensive moves in the game. So basically I switch out to Taikuru right now, ladies and gentlemen, as he does go for the foul play, and that does a lot, but that's because of the crit. Honestly, I aren't too concerned about that, because that's fine. I do have this Tentacruel here. He does have Mega Lopunny, he does have Entei, but nothing truly wants to switch into Scald. The burn is there, the chance is there. Entei, while it will not get burned being part fire, he will definitely still you know, be in a position where he will be taking super effective move, and I can probably take a move or two from him at this reasonable amount of health I'm still at. So I managed to get a crit here, do a little bit more. He's gonna go for the foul play again, and that does a lot of damage. Now the reflect is gone, stealing my attack, but then again foul play on Mandibus is actually stab, so it's actually very powerful. If you got some decent attack from your opposing side, the Pokemon you're facing. So it's definitely a powerful move on bulky-ish Pokemon such as Mandibus. So basically, yeah, he's gonna keep on using the foul play, because I do manage to burn. He's not gonna take me down. Burn is definitely gonna came in as a factor, which honestly, part of me kinda didn't want it to happen, but at the same time, maybe burn can be good, because it's gonna wear him down a little bit, making him a little bit easier to handle. So I'm gonna go for the T-Spikes right now, ladies and gentlemen, to kind of force him to defog. I'm kind of going towards this. You know, he can switch out the Mega Lopunny, but that little bit of damage, that standard poison, can actually be very big, because it can maybe make Lopunny in a killable range. I didn't manage to put up the rocks. The offense was there, he just didn't allow me to put up the rocks. And going back with the Dragonite again, as I mentioned, you know, if he had Outrage as his strongest offensive move, Azumarill could have come in. He could have expected that as well. To switch out to Azumarill, but then the Extreme Speed was way too scary. I could have taken 2. Yeah, I could have probably taken it because I had Citrus, but I wouldn't really risk a possible crit or something like that. Plus Reflect, I could have, you know, I would have stalled it a little bit, so I didn't really want to play that game. Anyways, Hydreigon is in here, and Mandibus is the perfect set, so this is why I was really hoping that he's gonna stay in with Mandibus. But then again, he was in a position where he could have risked a Mega Lopunny coming in and taking the damage. Possible burn could have ended, because I got Thundurus still left at the back of my in the back of my team. So basically, Lopunny is gonna come in. Lopunny is max speed; it will outspeed. A Mega Lopunny is, you know, it is kind of to be expected. Now, knowing Raymond, he probably doesn't have Fake Out. He probably got max speed, just Power Punch. And he didn't even Fake Out, so this kind of does apply that he probably doesn't have it. Then again, I could have switched out, but not really. Hydreigon pretty much did what he is meant to do. I got Kingdra, I got Azumarill, I got Thundurus, and I got Mega Metagross. Entei can still pull through, but I got Rain and I got Damp Rock on my Hydreigon, which means this Rain is in here to stay. It's gonna be staying in for a considerable amount of time. As you guys can see, the T-Spikes, if he didn't get rid of them, the poison would take this Pokemon down afterwards, because its standard poison would have become a little bit stronger. It isn't toxic, but for those 2 turns it would actually do a little bit more, and it would have taken down. But this way is also fine, because Azumarill can come in. I got Thundurus still left, Mega Metagross, but Mega Metagross is pretty much handled by Entei in case, because I don't got anything to hit this Pokemon hard, and Stealth Rocks have not been put into place. So he's gonna go for the Extreme Speed. Sacred Fire is really not gonna be doing much on the Rain. May as well go for the Extreme Speed, but sadly enough, I do have the Citrus, taking me up to exactly 100, ladies and gentlemen. Azura is gonna go for the Aqua Jet down about, I don't know, what is that, 78%. Gonna go for the Extreme Speed again. And luckily enough, he doesn't score a crit. Then again, crit would probably even fail. It would probably take us down to 10, if I'm not mistaken, being that the crit is like, being how the crit mechanic nowadays work. Then again, ladies and gentlemen, that was the game for today. That was an incredible match against Raymond, a very offensive team you got there. You got some safe turns as well, Focus Sash and Magikarp, Alakazam, which makes sense because, you know, in a way, when you look at it, there's no way you can break that. Even with Stealth Rocks, Magikarp kind of avoids that factor, so you're still gonna get in a move. It's kind of fortunate that Alakazam's move pool, while being a very incredible Pokemon, it's just that I don't know, it's one of those Pokemon that used to really strike Pokemon hard, but now it's like, it's not that powerful if you don't put Life Orb on it. And Mega Alakazam is like, it doesn't exist for people, surprisingly enough. While its speed is, it's just incredible. But yeah, that wasn't the Pokemon that was his Mega. Mega Lopunny, also a factor. That thing was incredibly powerful because I could only outspeed it by 5 points, so Kingdra had to bring in some damage. If that didn't happen, stuff could have been a little bit more terrible. I would have need to rely on my Thundurus. Mega Metagross would have gotten outspeeded and destroyed. A Thundurus T-Bolt and then Aqua Jet with Zoomer. That could have been the only way, but I would need to survive a return, which I guess I would, seeing, you know, it is, you know, semi-legendary to a certain extent. It is legendary, so I'm pretty sure the bulk, the stats would definitely been there to survive one, but then, you know, that would have been the only way. He could have even switched out to Entei, expect that and go for the extreme speed and proceed to play that game, which would have been terrible, but it didn't come down to that. Still, that was the game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to round 4 and we're gonna see how we're gonna handle our cards there. But if you did enjoy, be sure to give a like. I do appreciate you guys' support. Talk about the game, how the game went, you know, tell me stuff, you know, tell me anything you want. But anyways, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, peace.